Welcome to No Man's Sky Survival Mode. Now, this series I've been doing for, well, a very long time. I think I'm up to part 94, 95 this is. But I thought I'd give you guys an update because I've been concentrating very much on the permadeath series in the last week, and I've had no end of problems with this series, and I think I'm on common ground with a lot of people who tried to carry on with their series. The missions related to the base technicians are broken. Just to give you an example, guys, I got stuck on my exocraft technician. On the very first mission, he asked me to build my roamer base. I had 3 roamer bases, and he wouldn't even talk to me. I've also had a problem with the farmer, and he wanted me. Basically, he wouldn't even talk to me as well. And I also had a problem with my scientist as well. He seemed to have lost the base, but as you can see here, I've actually completed all my science missions now because I've been trying to power through these. And just to kind of give you an update, guys, I'm recording this on the 18th of August 2017 if you're watching this in the future, and update 1.32 has dropped. Now, this is a bug fix update. It's got a whole list of kind of updates and changes, and I will put the full release notes into the video description. I'm not going to go through them in detail, guys. You can read them and see the interesting. But the key factor is that they've actually fixed some problems related to people who, like with this series, who are trying to continue on. And I've now been able to move forward and do the mission, so I thought I'd give you guys an update on here. The other thing they've also introduced, which I think is a very minor change, but it's something that's going to be very, very useful, and that's the fact that they've now added like the current system and mission locations to your teleporter stations. And the notes also say that you cannot actually, this will not be deleted, which I think is very, very useful, because that's one of the things I found frustrated. I had this hollow terminus mission, and I couldn't remember where the heck it was. It just, yeah, all it kind of said was off planet. And the other thing I want to check, guys, is, and see if we can build it. I want my, where is it? The signal booster. Come on, build it, please. Because the other problem I had was, which they say they fixed, is related to drop pods. That I couldn't expand my exosuit. And so what I want to do is go out on this and do it, because if you click here and you come to technology, oh no, this is a ship. Okay, I've got a lot of junk in my inventory. So I've got cargo here and technology, and I just want to see if I can, how to expand, because I've been wandering around. I've even went out on the forums and to try and find out how that was done, and everyone was saying, oh, you just go find a drop pod. And I actually went to a drop pod and I couldn't actually do it. So what I want to do is go out and test this, guys. And while I'm traveling across the surface, I'm going to talk about the future of this series. It's been going on a long time, and I have to admit, with the problems with the missions and all that, and so many things being unstable, I was really starting to consider dropping it and of just abandoning it and concentrating exclusively on my permadeath series until the next update comes out. And then what, in fact, that is a decision that has been made, guys, that when the next update comes, the permadeath one will carry on. Hopefully it won't get broken like it did this time, and this survival mode one will always be the one that's going to be used to showcase the new updates. So what will happen is, when the next update will come out, I will restart this survival mode, because I don't like playing normal mode, guys. It's not my thing. The survival mode one is going to be very much about showcasing the new changes on updates. So that's the current position. The other thing also is the fact that I've actually stopped watching live streams and other people doing content on No Man's Skies just to avoid spoilers. And that's the reason why I'm not going to push too far ahead with this survival run, because I want to experience the game through permadeath mode, and that means that yes, I won't be able to show you guys portals, or what I might do is do a portal in this. So what the purpose of this series is going to be more now related to, as a guy's a predator, he's going to be a bit of a pain in the neck. There's predators everywhere here. Great, we've got a predators convention here. Okay, let's just get into the drop pod. Yeah, this series is going to be more to kind of showcase things like crafting and some of the key mechanics of the games. Okay, right, that's actually let me in now. Okay, can I? So I can upgrade the technology slots. Can I? And I can upgrade the sex suit. I think I would. So we can updo both. Okay, it's going to cost me 50,000. I'm more inclined. That's only 1,000. Okay, so one's cheaper than the other. I've got plenty of technology slots, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for the 50,000 upgrade, because I do need to sort the technology side out. So I need to put some technologies in here. But what I'm going to have to do is probably uninstall some of this stuff from here, maybe the shield boosters or the life support. But I'll do that off camera, guys. But the cargo, how do we get the cargo in here? I presume we just, and we can get 500. It's not that much of an expansion, to be honest. I mean, if it's only one slot, I don't know whether install technology and manage your exosuit. Yeah, I mean, I'm not that impressed. Mind you, I've got full 48 slots. So. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if there would be any text that will allow you to expand that slot. Maybe I'll leave I mean, that's something to be investigated. I think that's definitely a lot of predators on this planet. So yes, so the expansion is fixed. I'm happy now, guys. And so I do want to keep this video short. So just to reiterate, guys, while I drive back, this series is going to be more about kind of practicing the crafting, showcasing that, and the trading, because the trading is quite interesting now, because so much junk in here. If you look at this now, look, liquid explosive, 1 million units. You know, although it's going to need unstable gel, but even unstable gel is going to be 80,000, but that's going to require 200 cactus flesh. Now, when you balance that against raising the, how can you say, the costs of the farming, which is 50 carbon a time, that goes to show that if I was to, in fact, it might actually be useful to find a new planet, build a new base where cactus flesh can be planted outside. And again, this is an element that's something you're going to need to think about. If you can get cactus flesh outside and harvest that, you could get 80,000 a pop, living glass. I mean, that's 696,000, but that's going to require lubricant and glass. So there's a lot of factors here. That's 250,000. That 1.96 million circuit boards. Wow. But that's still going to require a lot of selenium and frost crystals. So the rewards are bigger. Cactus flesh, that's a 200,000. I mean, that's 80,000. That's 200,000. Star bulbs. God knows where star bulbs are. That's cheap weatherproof rubber. What we got? Acid, 288,000. Lubricant, 166,000. Copyright. That could be interesting. Copyright is out of animals, so that's going to make life difficult. Glass. I think at the moment my initial guess would be go for that. And what's the acid? Mordite. So you'd have to kill creatures. So you'd have to go hunting to get creatures and get Mordite. Although you can get Mordite from plants now as well. But you could grow Mordite as well, if I remember correctly. Fungal mold. It was Terrarium. So you'd have to raise acid. Sorry about this, guys, but it's. And then you'd have to get that. So you'd have to choose very, very, very carefully. But I think 1.5 million a pop. Let's have a look at this. This is polyfiber. Polyfiber is cactus and star bulbs. It depends on where you'd gather the star bulbs from. And you'd have to get a heat capacitor, which is selenium and frost crystals. They've certainly branched out there, but the rewards are a lot bigger. I think at the moment my inclination would be to go for liquid explosives. That seems a bit more of an easier path than circuit boards, but wow. That is fascinating, guys. Anyway, I think I'm going to experiment. Definitely going to use this series to experiment with the crafting, and obviously if we get some more stuff to craft with. Go away, creepy crawly. That's the same. Yeah, so it definitely is going to mean that you're going to have to choose your base very, very carefully. But I think what I'm going to do first in this series is complete all the missions for all the. It's got lashed, great. All the base first. Complete all those missions out. Get them all stable. As I say, I'm not going to record them, guys. What I will do is. I'm a bit worried about spoilers, but at the same time, I think I'm going to show those missions in my permadeath series because they'll be more structured. Where at the moment I'm just some of them are a bit ridiculous. Like I say, I'm not going to tell you guys the detail, but some of them when you've already got completed most of the missions and things like that, you click on it, it says go do X, Y, Z, and you just click on again. It says thank you very much, you've done it. But what I will show you guys is one of the missions, which is sorry, I'm rambling a bit. This one, it says destroy planetary depots. That's changed, so they're not all exactly the same as they were in the past. Yeah, that one's familiar territory. The weapons guys, you've actually got to go out now, and if I leave that one, you can see it. I've got to go and destroy 3 military depots. So all the missions for the bases aren't exactly the same, but as I say, I will go through those as and when I meet them on my permadeath series. I say this one is going to be just, well, crafting. Maybe we will go look for a freighter just to see what that looks like, and maybe we'll have a go at a portal because it's going to take a long time for me to get to portal level on the permadeath one. So some of the high level stuff I will do in this series, but I'm not going to do. But my focus is going to be very much on the. Oh, we're back here. Yeah, the focus is going to be very much on the permadeath series in the short term. So I think that's it, guys. I don't want to drag this out too long. As I say, if you are trying to continue your series, I think this update 1.32 should be quite useful. Obviously, Hello Games are listening to what's going on and paying attention. And, well, that's going to be very useful. Actually, I'm going to show you one more thing, guys, before I go. It's going to be a bit of scanning because what you can actually get now when this relates to crafting is, if I can scan these here, I think I was scanning some of these here. That's, some of these plants actually contain coprite and mordite. There, that one there, secondary element mordite. So where are you? And of course, the other way you can get them is by harvesting predators. But there is one where I actually scanned one here, and it actually said that it had coprite in it, and I suppose it's not going to show it to me now. That polymerization, deuteronium. Okay. Well, it's not going to show me, guys, but I'll see if I can find one. It's liquid radiation, delicious. Carbon coprite. It's not going to find me, but there are some plants around now that do actually have mordite in them. I don't mind. But I think this is where I'm going to leave it, guys. Hope you enjoyed this short update. I mean, if there's anything you want to see related to the advanced game, which I can demonstrate in this series, feel free to add a comment. But the main focus will be on the permadeath mode. If I die in permadeath mode, I might have a rethink, depending on how far I've got. But I do really want to experience the game from the perspective of the permadeath series. So this is where I'm going to leave it. I hope you've enjoyed this short video. Sorry it's a bit disjointed and all over the place, but until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.